Hey guys, and welcome. You found it. You found my first YouTube video. I'm super excited for you and me, mostly me though, because this is the first video I've ever done on YouTube. I'm going to be reviewing wrestling. I'm going to try and do it on a weekly basis. I've been a lifelong fan of wrestling since I was 5 years old, and you know what? I just want to start talking about it on the internet like a normal person, right? Like, I mean, who doesn't want to do that? So this week I'm going to be reviewing the Royal Rumble since it just finished tonight and it's fresh in my head, and I probably will forget about it by the time Tuesday comes because I'll have watched Raw and SmackDown and there's not a lot of room in this head for everything. So here we go. This is the wrestling review. I am Josh and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so let's get right to it with the first match, which surprisingly enough was Charlotte versus Bayley. But wait, Josh, what about the pre-show, you say? Pre-show, I'm not probably ever going to review a pre-show, just because it is what it is. It's a pre-show. It's something to get the audience warmed up, and it's not, not really something I even watch, to be quite honest with you. What I do know is that Cesaro and Sheamus lost the Raw tag team titles to the Club, which is good because the Club is actually a tag team that was brought in to be a tag team. Cesaro and Sheamus were just kind of thrown together because they really had nothing else to do. So first off, we have Charlotte versus Bayley, which I thought was a great match. It seemed pretty obvious what the outcome was going to be from the beginning. They really seemed to try to be building up Charlotte's pay-per-view streak a lot like The Undertaker's. Not quite to that level, but they're kind of getting there, and it's kind of getting a little weird, right? The only problem I have with her matches is the pay-per-view matches seem to kind of end super abruptly. There's not a whole lot of build-up, just all of a sudden, bam, Charlotte hits a move, and it's game over. She's now 16-0 in pay-per-views. So overall, I'd probably give the match 3 out of 5 stars, which is a super creative rating system that I came up with, if you guys couldn't tell. All right, so next up was the Universal Championship between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. I mean, this was an outstanding match. I love this match. All the spots with the tables, that little fort that Kevin Owens was building of chairs that he ended up going through off of the top rope after a Superman punch was awesome. Let's talk about Kevin Owens' beard. Like, what is that? Don't get too close to it. It's scary. I think he should stop it. But again, hopefully they'll get some clippers backstage and maybe help him, or do the Hollywood Hogan thing and just color it in with a pencil. I don't know, but do something like it. Just move it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but people don't really like Roman Reigns too much. The problem is, I don't know if the WWE understands this or they don't care or whatever it is, but not only is he shoved down our throats, but he is becoming the new John Cena, where he's just invincible. You can't do anything to him. He takes a frog splash through a table from the top rope on the outside of the ring. Kevin Owens, all 250, 60 pounds of him, basically lands on Roman's face, kicks out of that. He takes brass knuckles, a Superman punch with brass knuckles from Kevin Owens, kicks out of that. He takes a stunner, a freaking stone cold stunner from Kevin Owens, and he kicks out of that too. It ends up taking Braun Strowman, coming from out of nowhere for really no reason, to power slam him through a table in order to get the pin. That is, in a nutshell, why we can't stand Roman Reigns. So next up, we actually had surprisingly, the Cruiserweight title match between Rich Swann, who I think is awesome, and Neville, who I love as, Dark Neville or Evil Neville or Bad Foreign Neville. I don't know what we're calling him now, but he's still just Neville. He's just got a bad attitude, but I think it works way better for his character than super happy man that gravity forgot crap that he used to be. Anyway, they had a great classic Cruiserweight match, lots of acrobatics, lots of high spots, lots of good drama. Nothing too crazy happened here. Neville went over, which I think had to be done in order to, keep the Cruiserweight division kind of going. 205 Live is kind of sinking. It's falling real flat. I mean, that's a whole nother video I could do on that. But Neville's a Cruiserweight champ I'm pretty excited about, especially this Evil Neville. Match-wise, I'd probably give it 3 stars, 3 out of 5. But again, love seeing the Cruiserweights. I just wish the WWE would do something a little bit different with them. All right, so next was a match between AJ Styles and John Cena. So these two put on a great match at SummerSlam, and they, again, didn't disappoint here at the Royal Rumble. I think the big pay-per-views are great for these two to go at it. It was a good match. A lot of people are praising it online. I didn't think it was as good as everybody else thought it was. Overall, they did a lot of the same things that they did in SummerSlam. I mean, leave a comment, let me know if you disagree, but I really don't think it was that great of a match. I would give it 3 out of 5 stars. Something that was just there to give Cena his 16th title, which I do think it was cool. You know, whatever you think about John Cena, like him, don't like him, doesn't matter. He's been in the business for a long time. He's been a top guy for a decade. And if you don't think he's going to, pass Ric Flair's record, then you're probably just not paying attention. Overall, like I said, 3 stars. Good match, decent match. Again, I don't think there were a lot of bad matches. I don't think there was any bad matches on this card, quite honestly, except for the Royal Rumble match itself. It was kind of lame. I mean, it was, I don't know what to say. Like, what happened? What happened? The only surprise was Ty Dillinger from NXT, who the dude's awesome. I love him. Big fan of NXT. Big fan of the Perfect 10. But it was just such a waste. I mean, they had, with all the speculation that Kenny Omega might possibly come to the Royal Rumble, we knew it probably was a super long shot, but you would think that the WWE would want to maybe counter that with maybe, I don't know, putting Samoa Joe, who hasn't been on NXT lately, in the Royal Rumble match. Shinsuke Nakamura, he just lost his title. Now I get why he wasn't in it, because he has a knee injury, so he can't just come into the Royal Rumble and make a big wave and eliminate all these people when he just got his knee torn apart by Bobby Roode. I get that, but the entire NXT roster supposedly was backstage last night, and nothing. Not to say that Ty Dillinger's nothing, but nothing happened. To me, the biggest star of the Royal Rumble match itself was the freaking ramp. Did you guys see that? What was that, like 100 yards long, the size of the football field? I mean, look at poor Xavier Woods trying to run that thing. He's just gasping. I mean, I heard reports that it literally took wrestlers 3 days to try and get from the stage to the ring. I mean, I don't know what the purpose of that ramp was, but it was hilarious to watch everybody run down that thing, like just sprint down it just so they can get to the ring before the 2 minutes was up for the next entrant to come out. To me, that was the biggest star of the Royal Rumble match itself. Like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if they were just trying to throw people off and wanted to make things super unpredictable, so they did the most unpredictable thing they could, which was do nothing. But again, to me, the biggest star was the ramp. Like, I mean, again, check out Xavier Woods. Look at that thing. Like, it's difficult. It's hard. And then we had the sign of the night at the Royal Rumble, in my opinion, which was when Rusev came in, letting everyone know who the best total diva is. And of course it is Rusev, because if you're on that show, you're a diva. Doesn't matter if you're Ambrose or Rusev, or, I don't watch it, but, I don't, it's my wife watches it, and he's on it, but it doesn't matter. Moving on. Overall, that was the biggest disappointment of the night, was the Royal Rumble match itself. There were no legends. Brock and Goldberg wrestled for, again, almost as long as they wrestled at SummerSlam, with nothing happening there. Goldberg once again dominated Brock Lesnar. So where's the setup for Mania? What are you supposed to do now? He's just dominated on both times. Why would they wrestle at WrestleMania 33? They're gonna. All right, well, that's it for my first video review of the Royal Rumble 2000. Well, like, not of the Royal Rumble, but just overall my first, and it just happened to be of the Royal Rumble. Anyway, I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you share it with your friends. So I think I'm supposed to point down here now, right, and say like and share, subscribe, do stuff. Like my Twitter at Wrestle Review, and Instagram's Review the Wrestling, and of course Facebook. The links are down there. Like, you guys know how the internet works, right? So